My name is Craig Sikowski. I'm a father, a husband, and an entrepreneur. And I'm a 9/11 responder at the World Trade Center. And I stand in front of you as one of the tens of thousands who are sick and dying. And I don't say this to you as a story of woe. I say this to serve notice to you that if you play life like most people and live in fear every day, life will pass you by and leave you unfulfilled, and your potential buried at the graveyard, where you will be with your books that you never wrote, or your songs that you never sang, or those apologies that you never gave. As you think about your goals and your dreams, I want to encourage you to live your life as if it was going to stop right here, right now, done, over. No more texting, no more phone calls, no more emails, no more, I'll talk to you tomorrow. It happens sometimes, and you never think it's going to happen to you, because life is coming for you whether you want to participate or not. Life's unpredictable. It'll show up knocking on your front door, just as Murphy's Law is knocking on your back door. You know what that means. Ouch, that's gonna hurt. I'm telling you, life is hard. We have to dust ourselves off and stand back up, ready to take the next hit, because you know it's coming. It wasn't until I stood up again and again that I recognized the being within, the universal energy that gives me its grace and allows me to light my beacon so my global brothers and sisters can see. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeking is seeking you, so show up, and I promise you'll be your own best audience. And it's going to take that deep down desire to succeed for you to achieve all that is being presented to you and for you. In my faith, I believe we're all gods within, light seeking the human experience, and we're all here to take each other home once we have learned and grown. In a very famous book, there's a quote that says, "May the greatest among you be thy servant." Coming to you with a message. I'm here to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. And I bring to the show two very simple questions that never seem to get answered. Number one, why are we the only species on planet Earth that pays to live here? And the granddaddy of them all, if we're all so different, why is it that nobody laughs or cries in a different language? I believe that once we start talking about our commonalities rather than our differences, and when we speak truth, we never have to remember a lie, that's when we can move from this point forward. We should never stop being a student of life, because if you look around, you'll find lessons in the people, places, and things that surround you. I really do understand how hard life can be. I've been knocked down and stood on and beat up, and that was just in my 20s. There are statistics that indicate that over the next year, life is going to touch you or me or someone you know with sickness, or some kind of accident that'll be so devastating that it'll stop us dead in our tracks. So that I want you to write this down. I am, capital C for courageous, because when life comes for me, I have to be courageous to take on anything that it brings my way. And I am, capital R for relentless, because I have to be relentless in the pursuit of my dreams because they are mine. And I am, capital A for aligned, because I have to align my spirit to follow my calling without distractions or outside influences. I am, capital I for instinctive, because I have to use my instincts to tune into that God feeling within. And I am, capital G for growth, because in order to grow, I need to till my mind in order to plant my seeds of hope. Ladies and gentlemen, now I will be that light shining over your shoulder during your trying times. And as we pass through dark, stormy seas, we need to adjust our thought cells as the hurricane winds try to capsize our minds and leave us with no anchor as we aimlessly navigate through life's uncharted waters. Life can be very tough, my friends. It's going to be hard. Nobody said it was going to be easy or fair. I know there are going to be days that test your resolve. Take the test and be brave when all you have left is that burning desire to change and grow. And work diligently on your vision, and don't ever stop being who you're supposed to be and not what society has branded you to be. It is Nick Vujicic who says that fear is often described as false evidence appearing real. I believe him. Fear is a sickness, and I bring to you my motivating spirit as a game changer. So I am encouraging you to raise your vibration and your frequency and produce your God-given energy to turn on that inner light and use it to light the torch of someone else's burning desire. Changing the world is not an easy task, and you have to be hungry, as my mentor Les Brown loves to say. We must get radically uncomfortable and step away from our self-sabotaging behaviors and emotional insecurities in order to move from this point forward. I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, from this point forward is how I live my life. I have taken the time and invested in myself to be able to create states in my body that can take over the chemistry set within. Once we stop reacting to life and we sit in our thoughts and allow time in our temple, the only real estate that we can own, can we respond to the obstacles in our life with clarity and deep-rooted conviction to overcome the disempowering thoughts that no longer serve us. And as I laser focus on my purpose, I encourage you to do the same, and for you to inspire your friends and your family, as well as your communities, to write down your goals and dreams, and study them and nurture them like a garden with your children. I don't know you, ladies and gentlemen, but I do know something about you. You have greatness in you, and when you become bolder in your thoughts and have your heart energy in line with your message, there is no stopping an idea whose time has come. We need to encourage each other to use our voices and seek out individuals and enlightened groups that will help us in collaborating on building communities of like-minded people and forward-thinking, sustainable projects. After all, we're all here on a mission to serve humanity, to bring new strategies and applied solutions to old thoughts and convoluted thinking. Because we're our custodians, and we all have been given greatness within, and once we make a commitment to ourselves and have a vested interest in our own endeavors and ideas, can we ever be free from disempowering, stinking thinking? So I encourage you to believe in yourself. There have been many days when I had no belief in my own thoughts and actions, and I needed to find that push just to get out of bed. A friend of mine told me if I was ever stressed out, to write my obituary and then live a life as I would like to be remembered. I want to be remembered as giving and empathetic, a stand-up guy, and a person with good character. And I know to be these things, I always need to be accountable while I'm still breathing and contributing to society. So I come to you, ladies and gentlemen, as life has brought me down to my knees so I can rise one more time. I believe that when death no longer scares you, there is a universal change within. And here's the thing, I know that I'll be forever in the thoughts of my loved ones, so I don't agonize about what I leave them. I agonize about what I leave in them, and in the lessons we have nurtured and the experiences we have shared. I've learned a very profound lesson in my 60 years on this volcanic meatball, and its life is 80% showing up and 20% how you perform. And there are no dress rehearsals. This is a one-shot, one-take experience. So remind yourself, thinking you're one in a million is a mediocre thought at best. Be that 1 in 8 billion and stand out in the world of stand-ins so you can shine. After all, you beat out 400 million sperm cells to become uniquely you, so don't waste the experience. Be relentless in how you celebrate your life, and don't forget the small incremental wins. Because life is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it will continue to beat you down if you don't take the time to work on yourself. There's an expression that says if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. Because let me tell you, I'm not afraid to meet him. I think he has a funny sense of humor. I know we're all here for a moment, and most people have anxiety and depression and worry about future events that haven't happened yet. And they try to turn their failures into their children's successes, leaving their offspring depressed, anxious, and suicidal. That, my friends, is our global culture. It's Dr. Joe Dispenza who said that humans have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and that 90% of those thoughts are the same as the day before. So we are literally living in the past. We need to break this cycle to move from this point forward. We need to settle in our minds and stop thinking our comfort zones are going to save us. They're not. We have to stretch past our mental blocks that hold us captive from good, solid decisions. So I'm encouraging you to take back control of your life. And as you drive yourself to your dreams, always look through the windshield to new and brighter horizons. There is a reason why the rearview mirror is so small. Because where you're going is not where you've been. As new thoughts and new ideas help us leave all our mental luggage behind. And as you get to your next stop along life's highway, I want you to exhale. Then take a deep breath and hold it. And exhale again. You'll be that much lighter. Well, maybe you still might have an overnight bag or two still stuck up in your head. Because as you know, mastering life is always an ongoing conversation from within. Ladies and gentlemen, as my friend and one of my mentors, Kirk Ashley, likes to say, have a most outstanding day. Thank you.